Welcome, everyone, to episode 6 of Nerf Herders. I am John Bushfax Bushman. I'm joined here today by
Brian.
And we have a guest with us today. Introduce yourself briefly.
Justin.
Justin. Now, Justin is a local to me out here in Alabama now that I've moved out here. But he, in case you didn't know, won our 2026 World Championship at Adepticon just a couple months ago. A couple of us already knew that he was a very good player and regularly would lose to him. But it is worth noting that that was his first, I just learned this, first GT that he ever attended. And he just walked up and took the whole thing. How many games was that total? Was it 6, 7, 8 games?
9. And
9 games.
I played two practice games before
those don't count.
Thursday.
Okay. And you won those.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, that's wild. Well, anyways, today we've got Justin on with us today to share some expertise. We will be talking about Align the Relay primarily, but we're also going to hit a couple of advantage cards, and we'll talk about the last list. I think it was your Indy Open list, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so with that, Brian, do you want to start us off with Align the Relay?
Yeah. Before we jump in there, I just want to make sure that everyone knows that Justin got 4th place at Indy Open.
Ooh.
There's, most places don't really give out medals for a 4th. Usually they just do 1 through 3rd.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. It's 4 times the charm. It's a common saying.
Dang. Okay, Brian taking shots here since he can't beat him in real life.
It's one less than the number of games I've beaten Brian on TTS.
Justin's never beaten me in real life either, so it's fine.
Have you ever beaten him in real life?
No. We are both undefeated against each other in real life, which is the only thing that matters.
I cannot say I'm undefeated on TTS or real life against Justin. TTS, I'm not sure I've even won against him once. So.
I don't think
we're not talking about TTS. No one said anything about TTS. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about it. So
to be fair, John did play Wookiees in the one game in real life. So
that was before I knew Justin was a great player. I was like, I haven't played Wookiees in a while. I'm gonna play it against this local. Apparently he runs stuff here in Alabama, like runs the tournaments.
I actually brought my CS because I was like, I want to see how good this guy is. So.
It was a mistake. Yeah. Most people, I mean, there's a certain level of player. It's not like, I wouldn't say it's too crazy, but like a lot of newer players wouldn't just kite you. And my assumption coming to a new store is that like, like, I don't know these people. Like maybe he won't kite me. Maybe he'll be fine. Maybe the Wookiees will get to attack ever in their life. They did not. They died. He didn't care about objectives because pretty soon I couldn't be on them anyways. Yeah. Won't do that again.
I think I poisoned a few Wookiees just to
because why not?
threw the boss bomb in there. I have a few poisons on the way out.
Why not? It was terrible.
That's the worst thing about a boss bomb on a Wookiee is that each explosion kills a Wookiee because you do 2 wounds and then they get a freaking poison token.
Yeah, it was a great time. So much fun was had.
Oh, man. Anyway, sorry. So we didn't mean to go into that.
Yeah, I didn't need to relive that.
Let me jump into Align the Relay here. I'll read it for you guys.
Change the subject, please.
Yeah. All right. So it says Align the Relay. Set up. Place a comms relay or an asset token in the center of the battlefield, even if there's already an objective token there. Then, starting with the blue player, each player places 2 comms relays, which 2 other tokens, within range 3 of the long battlefield edges, and not within 1 of a short battlefield edge. So it has to be in the middle of the long side. So like length 6, right? Your long edge. You're standing on either side of the table. Has to be kind of in the middle, range 3 from either of the sides. So directly line middle. So let's see here, and not within 1 of another comms relay. So they can't be within range 1 of each token. Then, so in order to score it, starting with the second round, during each end phase, players score 1 VP if they control 2 or more comms relays, and 1 additional VP if they control 4 or more comms relays. Now, remember, there's going to be 5 comms relays total, correct? Is that right? Because there's 1 in the middle, and then you each place 2. Yeah, so there's 5 total. So if you're controlling 4 of them, then you get an additional VP, which is like it's just kind of a win harder. Like
needing to control 4 is wild.
It is wild. It is wild because you're already, the fact that if you're even close control, you're at least controlling 3, right? And they're only controlling 2, so you're already winning up on that. But 4 means
this objective would be fine if it was 3.
Yeah, exactly. Right. I think it'd be better if it was 3, because then you're both going to be a little bit more aggressive in trying to make sure you both get it. I don't know. Maybe not. Special rules. Each unit gains action, a line relay. So it does take an action to do that. A comms relay controlled by a player is controlled by that player until another player controls it. So,
so the nice thing is you don't have to stay there and babysit it. Unless you're trying to protect it from your opponent, aligning it for themselves, like it's yours after you do the action and you can move on.
Yeah, that's interesting. So you could have fewer units on next to the relay, and you could still make it yours.
Also that, yes. It's the last person to do it, right?
Yeah. So having the last act is a big deal here.
If you're trying to like do it to a contested one, it kind of gives like Sabotage the Moisture Vaporators vibes.
It does, yeah. Yeah. Justin, you know what that means?
That's got to be before your time.
I might have played a few games.
Oh, okay.
A few games of Sabotage maps.
Yeah.
So Sabotage the Moisture Vaporators was this game in the good old days that no one would ever touch anyone's vaporators except their own, unless you were playing Yoda, or Luke Skywalker would go for the enemy vaporators. Yoda was so much fun to play on vaporators, though, because
Yoda was crazy.
You would go around and just bully the enemy and keep them from being on their vaporator, and then on the last second play the 1 pip and double tap it yourself.
Yeah, that was wild. I also really liked the positioning the evaporator to make sure that, because they had to be range 2 from each other, so you could be really clever with your placements and
range 2 is a big bubble. Yeah,
to force your opponent to put it into weird spots they don't want to put it, which is also really fun.
Mm-hmm. You mean if like yours are a little more aggressively placed? Yeah.
Anyways, that was back in the day when I would go to bed and my wife would laugh at me because I'd have like grid paper and I'd have a protractor out and I'd be doing like a circle of the protractor. Like range 2 circle. Let's see here. We got this circle. My evaporator here. Then they put it there. Then they can't put it there anymore. It's like that's when I first started like getting into the game. It's like
wow, what a nerd. I love it.
I know. But this is not like that, guys. This is all going to be on the midline, which is interesting.
Yeah, it is very. Yeah, like there's a tiny bit of variation you could do towards red or blue player, because it just has to be touching that, or it has to be range 3 of both long sides.
Yeah. So it has to be dead center.
I think. Well, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. It actually pretty important.
It's an inch wide, that token.
That's true.
It does not have to be dead center, and that is actually quite important because on something like Bunker Assault, I think you can place it to where it's kind of like easy for you to contest and not so easy for your opponent to contest your bunker and the relay at the same time, like with certain
Yes.
sizes.
Interesting.
I think that's right. Yeah.
I'd not thought about that. Yeah.
Which is an advantage for blue player because you could just smack both of them on both of those intersections, and then the red player can't do either.
Can't do either. It has to be range 1. Yeah.
That is a good point. So you put the favorable spot, the blue gets to place them down. Interesting. That's the first time that blue feels good having to do both things first.
Yeah, it's
I would agree with that.
Yeah. I think another important thing is like on something like contact, it changes kind of what you want to do with them, because then you can just place them. You can place them in your deployment zone. I don't think it restricts you to not be outside your deployment zone. So you just throw them in your deployment, and you don't even have to worry about your 2 for the rest of the game if you have a scout unit or like a speeder bike or something that can pick those turn 1.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. So things like for contact, but it also works for like something like out. Well, I guess outflank would be, because it has to be range 1 from the board edge on the short side.
Mm-hmm.
But you outflank can be right outside there.
Yeah, you could do it on outflank if you're planning on like pushing up that left edge with like more than just your vanguard units.
Yeah. Another one, breakthrough. You could get it. You could still get it inside your deployment on breakthrough. Yeah, on the midline. Yeah, interesting. Okay, cool. Yeah, just trying to think of. To be honest, guys, I've only played a couple games of this variant, and so
for me, it kind of feels like a non-factor. Align the relay, like you're gonna do your 2. And your opponent's going to do their 2, but even going for that 3rd is so difficult and doesn't gain you anything till you get a 4th.
Yeah, I would say most lists, yeah.
Go ahead, Justin.
I would say most lists that's the case. I would say certain lists definitely can try to go for it without much cost, and I think it also depends on the objective you're playing. Because like bunker, like what I said, if you can contest the POI, be on that point, shoot and do it at the same time, like a snow trooper unit, like they could move up, steady shoot, then flip that relay.
That's so gross economy.
Oh yeah. It's kind of a big deal for, like, I mean, you got your center based objectives, you got your close the pocket, you want to be there anyway.
Yeah, but that's still just your 3rd relay, right? And that's doing an action while you're there. And
the action part, it does make it a little bit more spicy. You're right.
I think more often than going for 4 relays, I'm just trying to deny my opponent's 2nd relay.
Yes, I would say that's
trying to create a deficit, push them off theirs, and go back cap something.
Yeah.
But it's still for a 1-point swing, like, I could win games, but it's
another interesting part is that it's like starting at round round 2 and you score, and so like there's a lot of units that won't be able to get up to that point right at the middle and tap it still. Like a lot of units will be able to double move onto it, but there's not very many units that are going to be able to move onto it and still tap it.
Well, it's 3 moves for any speed 2 unit, right? Less than 3 moves.
I'm just saying that depending on the terrain, most of the time you're not wanting to jet your unit way out there in the middle.
Yeah. So it's possible, but it would be risky.
Right.
If you have like an alpha that your opponent is trying to not get hit by, then you can force your opponent to be farther away from that relay.
That's true. As a rebel player, most of my stuff stays hidden pretty well.
So they need to end. How far do they need to end for 10 inches? They need to end like 8 inches from their board edge at the end of round 1 to be able to make it into contest range with 1 move. I think.
Which puts you in threat range for a lot
of things.
Yeah.
Because 28 inch is like the snow trooper double move shoot.
Yeah, 28 inches is probably the most common threat range that's like not something easily avoidable.
Yeah. The first non-standard, not the move and range 3 shoot thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what kind of how do you usually approach this, Justin? I mean, you've played it more than I have.
So I played the ones that I remember are the one I played on Contact and Bunker Assault. And so I kind of talked about those. The Bunker Assault one was kind of a wash. It was kind of like Recon, where you both score it all 4 rounds, doesn't really matter and didn't really affect the game that much.
Mm-hmm.
The Contact was also they were both washes on Contact, though I think I tried on that Contact game to deny the relay by picking up last. I think the problem is that most of the time the relay is not in an opportune position, and so you're sacrificing a unit that's very mobile, like a speeder bike, to go after that instead of going after a POI. And usually a POI, if it's going after a POI, that's like a 2-point swing. I mean, they're both 2-point swings, but like if you're on the POI, you're next to the rest of your army, and so it's usually better to be near your army than away from them.
That's true. I've been playing around recently with almost naked land speeders, right? 56 points because I put the 1 point gunner on there, but a 56 point speeder that can just move onto that point and be like, cool, I'm 56 points. Oh dang, you're gonna kill me. Like
armor 3 cover.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Armor 2, but yeah, armor 2 with cover, yeah. And so it's annoying to shoot at. It doesn't do damage. So it's just there, and it just scores VPs, which is I've really liked it.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is that this is a kind of you're trying to win by round 3 if you're trying to really use the secondary, because if you have the excess actions and units to allow to dedicate to trying to outpace your opponent on this and score the important POIs. You're trying to do everything basically while your opponent's shooting you down. And so it's kind of the mindset is you're trying to win by the end of round 3 before all your units die.
Yeah. Yeah. So things that are really good at this are like Incognitos, strike team saboteurs. Who can just move out there at the end of the round and be like, by the way, this relay's mine.
If you have order control and last activation on them. But
yeah.
I think this is another thing where like the chain effect of last takes into play. Like when you're splitting on 2 sides of the field, I go last on this side and I go last on this other side if I have proper order control. And so if you have the order control to enable that, then you can go, okay, I'm going to go last on this relay and then this relay and then this relay and so on. And so you can flip a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
5 points on round 2 is devastating. It's devastating.
How would you get 5?
Because you're already controlling 4, right? And then you get the extra VP if you're controlling 4.
That's only 2.
Yeah, but then the primary, most primaries you score, well, I guess not most, but some primaries you score 3.
Okay. Yeah.
So you score 3 plus the 2 gives you 5. I think
you're talking all together. You're not okay. Yeah. I thought you were saying that there was more than 2 points coming off of relay. I'm like, I don't see it.
Yeah. No. Yeah, my bad. You're three max on the relay.
2 max.
Really
is it 2 max?
1 VP if you control 2 or more. And 1 additional if you control 4 or more.
Yeah, I guess that's not that big of a deal.
It is not.
Yeah.
I was thinking you'd get 3 out of it for some reason.
Well, yeah, because that would be reasonable. Was that too far?
Maybe that's why I haven't played this one, because it's pretty low scoring.
Yeah, it's very low scoring.
You want to go for objectives to pair with it that score incredibly high that you can get 12 VPs by the end of round 3, and there are not very many. Like you
Cauldron.
basically Cauldron, like bunker assault. If you're playing the here's 10 units, can you kill 10 units that are rushing towards your POI or not? I'm talking about like the 20 activation lists. Like
While you
I'm talking
also
about
have
those kinds of lists.
Well, you also have the actions to flip all these relays.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't know. But I mean, things like these new Mando lists coming out. Mandos are very mobile and durable units that relatively durable. Don't give me that face, Justin.
There's so much wrong with that sentence. I can't unpack all of it.
they're relatively mobile and durable, and so these Mandos can get onto these relays.
They don't want to spend an action to flip them, though.
That's true.
They want to move and shoot. They're not going to be able to. They're not going to be sitting there and then flipping this and shooting. They're going to be moving and shooting most of the game, and so maybe there's some stuff you can do with the armor where you can give moves out to do this, but it just doesn't seem like it's really worth it. I wouldn't play this with low activations. I would avoid this.
That's a good point.
I'm in camp.
Maybe
Justin
I should put
here.
it in my own activation list just for an extra ban for my opponent to put out.
Yeah,
I don't know. I just don't like it. I just don't like it more than my other ones. Like I like my sweeping clears and my other stuff. My surface scans,
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
There's not that much room to like completely flip a game by overscoring your opponent on this objective. To do that, you would have to be playing a very close game. In which 1 point really matters.
Now, do you tend to put these relays so that you can contest them and the POIs at the same time, or no? Because if you do, then your opponent can also do both to you, right?
I would say it depends.
Okay.
I would say on contact because it's in your deployment zone. I would say stay safe and just do it there. On bunker, it's also in your area, so I would do that as well. I would probably give my opponent the option of doing it, simply because it gives them options to make mistakes.
So one thing, the last time that I played this was a very interesting game because it was breakthrough.
Yeah, breakthroughs.
Breakthrough kind of changed the math on this a lot. And my opponent and I were kind of deciding, like, I don't know, breakthrough's already kind of low scoring if you're playing it carefully, because you're kind of just denying your opponent an opportunity.
I've never had a careful game of breakthrough. It's always like floodgates have crashed open on one side from either me or my opponent.
Right. Well, yeah. And so I don't know. I thought it was really interesting how it played out, because he put both of his on like a safe side and then more toward his POI on his breakthrough point, and I put both of mine near my breakthrough point POI, and then we kind of just sort of fought over the middle, but we were just scoring 1 VP on it.
Yeah.
I think breakthrough is a little weird because breakthrough accelerates the game, and so more than likely it's easier to secure your enemy's area and breakthrough than it is to blow up a bunker on bunker assault, I find. And so you could probably, interesting though, if you wanted to be very tricky, you could try to go for this like align the relay thing turn 2. You could pretend to play a side of the battlefield and then just completely commit everything else on one side and try to beat your opponent's side about as fast as they beat yours, but you score align the relay 1 turn ahead of they do. And so you're up 1 point basically and try to win the game that way. Very risky, but it's something.
Yeah. I've tried those risky plays where you like just go all in on one bunker, and it just never pans out the way that you think it could.
I think it's normally something you do if you're sure that it would work, or if you think there's no better option.
That's
Like
Hail
that's what I
Mary,
did
of course.
in Invader League on our Invader League team champs when we played against the French team. I played against Nostris, and I did that. I was just abandoned one breakthrough point, and it's just like Luke's gonna have to win me the game because my stuff cannot match up against his quad magnet list. It's just like he's just gonna run over me if I don't handle it, and I just abandoned that side, and I just couldn't do enough. So I'm sure the whole time he's thinking like, what is this guy thinking? It's one of those where you learn, you're just like, oh yeah, this was a stupid choice. Okay.
I nearly tried it against Onaka Gang, but I didn't fully commit, and so that I think I should. If I had fully committed to it, it might have panned out better. But I think against something like Onaka Gang, where you can't split better than they can 90% of the time, then it's worth thinking about, risking it on that move, because if you don't risk it, then you just play a slow losing game where you're always in a losing position.
Yes. Yeah. And that's painful.
Yeah.
It's painful to do that, like start off and be like, oh, I dug this hole for myself, and now I'm gonna have to play 5 rounds of a lost game.
It's almost like playing Republic.
Oh,
Dang. Too close to home.
man.
It's true. It's true.
Hey, but all those Republic players, they got Mandos now, so it's okay.
Republic has to be the worst thing to take Mandos in, is it not?
Yeah.
Like, why, if you want to play Mandos, why are you putting them in Republic where you're taking away clone sharing?
Yeah, I don't
know. I'm thinking if I had Mandos and Empires, yes, I think it'd be good because you're able to act spam and have that last activation to get the alpha.
Yeah, you can't do that.
Ironically, I think Shadow Collective might be worse to take Mandos than Gar. I think I would rather just take a bunch of Pikes or Black Suns than have Mandos and Shadow Collective.
It's fair.
But like, you're definitely not getting high axe in Republic with Mandos. Like, everything's already expensive, and Mandos are right up there, if not more.
Yeah, I think that I just find that they kill very, very well, like
Sure.
the clan cries, and so if you, I mean, all Gar lists naturally have to attrition their enemy down, and they're very good at that. I think with Yoda is where it's especially effective.
Yes,
because of the relentless
with a clan Kreese veteran squad could be horrifying.
Yeah, maybe I'll try it.
You should. Anyway, so any other thoughts on Align the Relay? Not so much. Okay. No worries.
I'm trying to squeeze dry on.
Well, it's all right.
It's like recon mission,
Yeah,
it's just there,
It's just
So we also want to talk about some cool advantages. I know that there's some new advantages out there, and there's one advantage in particular that I feel like hasn't got the recognition or respect that I think it deserves. Most really high level players have been appropriately scared of this objective or this advantage, which is Scrambled Orders. I'm going to go ahead and let me read it out for you. It's a special rules for this is a rebel advantage, by the way, and because obviously I play a lot of rebels. So special rules, rebel only. During setup, place an allied comm scrambler, which is like an advantage token, on the battlefield. Enemy units within one. I love that. So there's no restriction on where this advantage token can be placed. This is like the opposite of Align the Relay. Align the Relay had a very specific places where those asset tokens could go. This one is not that. You can put it anywhere on the battlefield. Enemy units within one of one or more comm scramblers cannot be issued orders, which is interesting. It's one or more comm scramblers. There's so maybe that's only applying to if both me and my opponent had comm scramblers, but that's enemy units. Is there?
Yeah.
I'm interested if this is future proofing. Maybe Rebel players can get more than one comm scrambler out there, which would be insane because one's already crazy. But whatever. But they can't be issued orders. That's like cannot issue orders to themselves. Cannot be issued orders from anyone else. If you have a Dooku who is in range 1 of a comm scrambler, he cannot direct to himself. It cannot be issued orders, regardless. So enemy units can destroy the comm scrambler with an action, but they have to be within half range of the comm scrambler. So has to be full 6 inches away from the comm scrambler makes it so that you cannot get an order. They have to be 3 inches from this comm scrambler in order to remove it, and it does take an action.
So where do you place this guy?
Oh, I love this card so much. I love this advantage so much. So if you, for our viewers, if you go over to our handy dandy whiteboard, for those who are audio listening, I'm going to
suck.
Yeah, sorry. But I'm going to kind of put a small circle here. Say this is a middle objective POI. So something like close the pocket, or what are our other middle ones, guys?
Putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
Cauldron?
No, Cauldron doesn't have a middle one.
That's what I said, obviously.
Contact has a middle.
Contact does. We have
the payload one.
Yeah, payload.
Payload has one in the middle.
Shifting
priorities, right? So all of those are middle objectives. If it's a middle objective, what I like to do is I like to put my comm scrambler. Say this is my board edge here. Okay, I'm on this side. I like to put the comm scrambler toward me. That is going to be 6 inches. I want it to be able to reach all the way past the POI to where if they have a unit that's contesting that middle POI, say their units are here, I want them to be able to be in range of my comm scrambler, even though my comm scrambler is on my side of the POI.
So you're keeping it safe, but making sure that anyone that contests that middle POI doesn't get orders.
Right. And so I like it that way because it makes it hard for them to remove it, because if I'm placing it on their side, then it's easier for them to remove. I want to make it as hard as possible to remove. And most of the time, people are like, oh, well, I'll get rid of that thing. But once you get to round 2, if it's not removed, boy, using that action to remove it is so annoying.
You could pretty much do that tactic to any POI you want.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
And say, you could come here, but you're not getting orders.
Right. Exactly. Because it's very rare that a unit's able to get all the way up to like within range 3 of my Scrambled Orders token and still have an action to take it off. That's rare occurrence. And so I really like it there. I really like this. This is one that takes practice to play effectively, and even someone who's used it a lot still screws things up. So like I played in my finals match against Trent, I put a Scrambled Orders token out there in a spot that I thought was going to be more contested and ended up being kind of worthless. And I think
it's worthless because you put it there, though. You know,
and I think that's possible.
Second order effects.
Exactly. I should have. I didn't read the board as well as I should have, and so that was part of my problem. Is that I should have put it a little bit more aggressively. I put it pretty defensively, and he was just like, "Cool, I'm just not going to go for that," and that made it difficult. But yeah, I love putting it around POIs like this, and I love using this this advantage with force push
Because then
because
you just push them into there.
you just push them in, and once it's there, I mean that is a wide range around that. Range. It's basically like
Range.
12 inches across, right?
Plus the 1, right? So 13.
Yeah,
It's an inch. The token's an inch.
yeah. So it's a diameter of 13 circle, right? It's a 13 inches. It's you can do some gnarly stuff, and you can push people, and because it just says
just the unit doesn't
it just
say
says
unit leader.
right, and so you can
push, scatter them.
Right, you can. It's just a really, really disruptive advantage that if you haven't played against it, if you're not a rebel player, start having your rebel friends just play it so that you can play against it, because it's pretty brutal, and you want reps against it, because on high level games it's going to make a difference. So I would advise that. There's nothing more devastating than having your Vader pushed into into that range when you know you want to play implacable the next round. Like, it's just terrible.
Yeah, what do you even play?
It's I think this is it's another hit into low act lists and high costing units. It hurts them disproportionately. To lower cost units.
Yeah. So let's talk about what to do. Say your opponent last flips into this. What are some things that you can do to make to handle this without it just completely screwing up some of your game plans?
Not get a center POI objective.
I think
that's part of it. Yeah.
I think it primarily depends on what your list does, whether this actually affects you or not.
It's true.
A lot of times the things that you require order control on primarily are, like you said, Vader or Dooku, or something that wants to go last on a later turn. And I think a lot of the reason why I don't really care if Scrambled Orders pops up is because I've already shifted away from those things. I don't have improv, don't have any order control. I've already thrown all that to the wind, basically, to some extent, and and so if it is a problem, then you're kind of hoping that your list had something to deal with it to begin with. Like, you have like a speeder bike or something that can go out there and waste an action to get rid of it.
Right. And it is 100% worth a speeder bike double moving and choosing not to attack to remove that thing if it's in this spot that is going to be annoying, right?
Yeah, if you have a Vader that's about to get on that point and the speeder bike's going to shoot, speeder bike's going to hit like 3 or 4 on average. It's probably better to get rid of that if your entire game plan resides on Vader not getting screwed over in the next round.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So I just wanted to kind of go over that because I have seen in my experience in just locally that this is surprisingly really, really, really good, and people just didn't think it was going to be that good, and then they played it and they're like, oh, this is a problem. Like, it's actually a really big problem. So yeah. And then we have another advantage that we wanted to kind of go over. Justin, what was you had one that you really worked with your list in Indy Open, right?
Black Ops.
Now, we know lots of people are familiar with this one, and we know it's good. But what makes it so good with
so
you?
Stupid.
It's because I can throw 14 dice at you.
No big deal. It's fine.
Or let's say, fine, you didn't let me throw 14 dice at you. I'll throw what like 9. I'll throw note 10. I'll throw 10 instead. I'll throw,
10. Yeah.
Let's say you're playing passive. I'll throw 10 instead at you. And what I'm talking about is the Callus DLT Death Trooper. And that unit it's kind of like I play it as I'm gonna hit you twice very hard, and then I'm gonna blank all my red saves and hope it was worth it. Most of the times it ends up being worth it. So the that is and Black Ops really needs to be played with something of that effect. I don't think if you have like a random snow trooper that's getting Black Ops, it's not really that effective. I think you need something like a Death Trooper. Like even without Callus, a Death Trooper really likes this because if a Death Trooper can shoot its range 2 gun earlier, it would prefer to. I think those are my main thoughts.
How
Now,
far
Justin-
can a Imperial marching snow trooper get if it infiltrates?
Not farther than it wants to.
What about the Vader 2-pip? Can it take a wound and go, or ruthless?
There's no world you ever do that.
But what if
you can
What
walk
if?
out there, you can throw your 3 hits at your opponent's face, you can
Unless
come
you have
back
a
and say,
flamethrower?
wow, I could have done that with Imperial March and no infiltrate.
Can you get there with a flamethrower? Is my point.
I mean, you could, but then you're rolling a terrible flamethrower.
Yeah, the worst flamethrower in the game. But
it's also in a small squad, so you're really rolling. You're rolling like maybe into a super squad. Maybe you roll like 9 black and.
Oh, it's a black
4
die?
white.
Yeah, never mind.
You don't even know what
it really is the worst.
I guess the single red die is reserved for the Mandos and all them. And it's not going to be a double die on that. Yeah.
No.
Wow.
It's just a
That's
single
bad.
black.
Yeah.
All right. That was all I had. That was my idea. It's over.
I
Now
think
look-
short troopers, it can be okay.
For this Black Ops, you cannot Black Ops a super squad. Is that correct?
Yeah.
6 or fewer miniatures.
Okay, yeah. So I think that's the biggest, the key there is that I think, like, I know Nathan Minor Tom loves the super snows with ions, and he would love to do that with the super snow, but with just the baby snow, it's just you need some more beef if you're going to be using this on the core like that.
Yeah, I think this advantage just has Death Troopers staple on it, and there's not really any other unit that cares or benefits more than like than a normal advantage. Like if you're doing the Imperial Special Forces, you get an aim and a dodge. Okay, thank you. your opponent doesn't care.
Yeah.
If this comes up and if you look at my list and this comes up and you're like, oh, if advanced intel is not one of the other 2 advantages, if I've got like, I don't know what, cunning deployment, and this is on the table, you're probably gonna flip this into cunning deployment if you don't have a better option. And because advanced intel exists, that means that you're gonna get this like 50% of the time.
Yep. That's what my experience was with Scrambled Orders.
Man,
Yeah.
I wish Republic had a cool advantage card.
you got like you can get your guys' orders, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Aren't orders so valuable?
Yeah, super valuable. Tell me how valuable they are, Justin. No, wait. They're not, you say? Weird.
You don't want to build your list around the one third of the time getting an advantage that gets you order control.
No. No.
At least it's a
Because when I
50-50.
do, I'll never get it. Right.
They'll give you advanced intel.
Yeah. Like, great. Love it. A 7th pass token. Here we go.
All right, Justin, let's go ahead and go over your Indy Open list, which was very successful. You did only lose to one person, and it wasn't me, and it was the person who won the Indy Open. So
Only the
So it
second
sounds
worst
like the same record as what Brian had, right?
it was
Only lost to the winner.
Yeah, there's this significant difference between a bronze medal and a nothing.
Oh, did you get a bronze medal? I didn't even
I
see
just
it.
want to say that I got a pretty good prize for traveling.
You did. You got an awesome prize for traveling.
Traveling the farthest? What?
They said how many hours? I said 8 because we turned off highways on Google Maps on accident.
Oh,
And
that's amazing.
That was the longest hours, I guess.
Wow.
So I got that.
Wow.
Unbelievable.
Took a wrong turn and got the longest.
Yep.
That is amazing.
That is hilarious. I hope they have the prize like that at a freaking.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a left turn.
I'll tell them how long it took to walk there.
I'm pretty sure me and Ryan drive like 10 or 12 hours to get to Crucible.
Well, you weren't there in the third round when they asked, so I don't.
No, I know.
I don't know what to tell you.
But I also didn't take a wrong turn, so you would have won that, I guess.
What took you so long? It took you 10 to 12 hours
To Crucible.
To
to
Crucible.
Crucible. Oh, to Crucible. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, Orlando. A little bit farther.
Yeah. So go over your list here, Justin. Read over it for us.
Yeah. Let me. I can't see. I'm blind, so I'm gonna have to pull
Yeah,
out
that's fine.
my own thing.
Unprepared, unbelievable.
Okay, we got Iden with the Seeker Droid because it's free. Krennic, Fifth Brother Riots, 2 HS-12 Stormtroopers, Callus DLT Security Detail Death Troopers, 3 Empty Scouts, 3 Empty Bikes, and 3 Sonic Charge Saboteurs strike teams. And you have to say it like that every time you say that word at the tournament.
Saboteur.
Yeah, Saboteurs.
I will not.
The French love it.
You will be saying it after I put 4 wounds on an Ahsoka with the Saboteur buff.
4 wounds on Ahsoka. That's just rude.
Yeah, I did that to you.
You did? Did I play Ahsoka?
Yeah, you played Ahsoka.
Yeah, how did that even happen? Right? Was it in melee? I don't remember.
You just walked into my standby. And
I had to,
it wasn't melee. It wasn't melee. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm remembering slowly now. I jumped down from a height to this was Ahsoka's 1-pip turn. She needed a kill, and I needed to stop your guys from coming in. Was the Fifth Brother or Callus Squad? Someone.
It was the Fifth Brother. Brother.
Yeah, 4 wounds. What is this nonsense? How does that make sense? No, and I think I let you do the ranged attack, so I would have deflect, right?
I don't remember. Either way, you took 4 wounds.
I'm pretty sure that thought process went through my head, and then I took 4 wounds.
It took him like 5 minutes to go through that entire activation, and what he got out of it was a dead Ahsoka, and I still got on his point with the spearback.
Ahsoka got her second attack though.
Yeah, she hit Fifth Brother and did like 2 wounds.
Yeah. But which it stopped Fifth Brother, right? That was the goal.
And so the bikes got there instead.
Yeah, I knew that game was so over. So much longer before that.
Anyway,
we were going through the motions.
So this list has Align the Relay, because I hate Recon Mission.
Why do you hate Recon Mission?
Every time I play it, something horrible goes wrong. And so
really?
I tend to avoid. Well, to be fair, a lot of the times that I played it, I was playing it with
Noted.
Dooku. And then
adding secondary to my list.
I put it on Dooku, and then it forced me to do things I didn't want to do with Dooku to score that point. And so I just stopped playing it. And then on after, I was like, no, I'm good. And so I Align the Relay instead. And yeah, so that was part of the secondaries. I think I played Shifting, Contact, and Payload. I think those were my primaries. And then was Align the Relay, Failed Negotiations, I think was in there, and Retrieve the Data. and then advanced Black Ops and cunning deployment. I think was what I ran at Indy.
No.
Wouldn't like your Callus squad like the recon mission? Am I crazy?
You're gonna kill what's ever at range 2. I
But
I
won't there
tend to
be other
not want to
things?
force that squad to go somewhere. I want that squad to be free to go wherever they want to deal damage most. And so if that means like one of my contact games, I had infiltrate, and there was a snail tank that was transporting a BX Assange unit, and so my guys, I get to go last because I'm 15x and they're playing CIS. So I infiltrated and I shot and I got a full boat 14 into the BX Assange unit. They did not die, but they were gravely harmed, and if they came close to me, they were going to get blown up by standbys from Sonic Charge Saboteurs. So I was able to just do that freely. And that's kind of, and the Death Troopers could have gone there, and they weren't near Krennic because Krennic was over in the center, my center home point. And so sometimes I'll just give up the Honorage in favor of going for a better shot. And that's kind of what this unit is. It's a counterpunch. Like if Han decides to rush up on me, I have this squad to kind of say, you better think twice before getting too close. And that's I think the crux of this unit is, this is my go last. Either I really hurt you or I prevent you from coming in the first place.
Yeah,
Okay.
and that unit does. He can fairly, not reliably, but it's not super bad or super shocking if he one shots Han.
Yeah, and most of the time, you don't even need to roll the dice. You could just force your opponent to say, I don't want to take that shot, and they'll stay away.
Yeah.
Seems pretty good. So what do you think? What else does this list like excel at?
This is one of those lists where it excels at nothing, and yet it's not bad at anything.
Nothing?
I would say it's not really particularly. I think that this list might be better than other lists at certain objectives. But I wouldn't say that this list is, you're playing this against this list and it's an auto lose if you're playing a specific objective.
Okay.
I would
So
say
you feel like you have a chance on every objective.
Yeah, that's typically what I'm going for. Is I want to be able to have a way to deal with everything. And so if you'll notice, I've got impact. Let's count: 4, 8, 12, 18. Let's see, 19 if you count the DLT.
Okay,
22, 25, 28
the
if you count the riot.
saboteurs. I know you're not counting the saboteurs.
I'm fine. If I don't count the saboteurs, then it's impact 17.
All right.
And so that will kill a Wooloh on average.
By Wooloh, he means the what everyone else
The Wooloh.
the Wheelos or the WLO.
I will call them whatever I want because my opponent will be putting them back in their bag.
Dang.
You can call him whatever you want, Justin, because you're the world champ. And you can just be like, I'm the world champ. I'm the world champ.
True.
I'll call him what I want. Everyone else is going to start calling him Woolos because I say Wooloh.
Anyway,
world champs back in the day like get to design a card or something, or was that X-wing? What am I thinking?
I don't know.
I don't think that
ever happened.
That might have been. I feel like I've heard that before.
Like the first one and only the first one, I think.
I know.
But
They
I
did
don't know
that
what card Luke would have had a hand in.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
But I feel like that would be Justin's choice. Rename that to be Wooloh.
Wooloh.
You don't want to know what I would come up with if. Well, I mean, I would. Jango would be in the game if I had a card. I already discussed this. It would be he'd have two weapons. It's two. They're both 2 white with suppressive. He surges to crit. He is gunslinger and steady and arsenal 2. So he can split fire 4 ways and deal 8 suppression.
But like no damage.
No damage, but he's gonna put out 8 suppression. I'll make him cost like 90 points or something. 90 points. He has like a flamethrower. He has a card that gives him let's see.
And you could do force suppression to 2 separate things, right?
Yeah, you could. Yeah, you could because you.
Because
Yeah, because you
gunslinger.
can arsenal 2, so you could combine 1 pool, shoot something, and no, because suppressive doesn't stack. Never mind, that doesn't work.
Yeah, suppressive doesn't stack, and if you're gunslinger, I don't know how
Even-
gunslinger and arsenal
throw,
interact.
Throw
We haven't
barrage
had that
on the
yet.
card too. Throw barrage on the card too. So he's steady barrage, arsenal 2, and gunslinger.
Gunslinger and barrage are already like irrelevant.
Can't they? Does that if you put barrage with gunslinger, can he shoot and then he gets a free attack after that shot, and so then he shoots again and then gets another free attack?
You're trying to give him 4 attacks.
He's trying to give him 4 attacks. Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
Barrage
I'm trying to. Then he gets
gunslinger.
4 attacks with 8. So it's 8 pools with suppressive. So you can put out 16 suppression.
What?
On 4 different things.
Anyway, that's why I don't design cards.
You know what? I'm really glad that they don't have the not designing cards. I was excited when you said, "Oh, let's put Jango in the game." Like I would be like, "Yeah, I'd be totally for that."
Nonsense game spitting out.
Nonsense, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So, was there anything
any units that you might be afraid of with this list?
Yeah.
Maybe I would say something like probably Anakin. I don't really want I don't have a fantastic way to deal with something like that coming into my lines like a madman.
Callus?
No. What like Callus, what do you mean by Callus?
I mean
Your
immobilize and surge block. Does it not give?
No, because Anakin's gonna mulch that squad.
Do you not get any kind of immune pierce melee?
No.
That? Okay.
Nope. This unit is very vulnerable to pierce. This is why I said it's a 2-shot wonder. The first turn, and then you get voracious ambition and hit them a second time. And then hopefully your opponent takes too long to kill them while everything else is doing its thing.
Okay.
Yeah, Anakin or like something better, like Op Luke, maybe.
I mean, Op Luke's slower.
Luke could get a solid 3 hits, pierce 2 into you.
Op Luke is slower than Anakin and doesn't really want to I don't know if Op Luke's charging in the lines like Anakin can.
No, he's not doing as much damage.
I'm really scared. Like the attrition lists are the ones that are very finicky because if they roll very good red dice, then it's tougher to. You have to end up with an objective that's pretty favorable towards you if my opponent's rolling a bunch of good red defense and I can't kill anything.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, and I think I like the tech that you have because I know that you practice several times against the Onaka gang, but even and there's nobody. It didn't seem like anyone at Indy Open was running the Onaka gang quad Woolohs with with door gunners, which really surprised me because I feel like that is definitely the strongest way to do it.
Yeah, I would probably say the quad Woo. I think all the versions are kind of similar. I think the fact that you have 4 tanks is really what does most of the work, and then the pirates are kind of like they're the efficient thing that makes it very effective. And then the 4 tanks are the fact that, okay, I'm checking your list. Do you have impact 1 billion to deal with me on these specific objectives in which I will win if you do not?
Yes.
They're everything I wanted my saber tanks to be.
It's
not
true.
really. I mean, like the saber tanks definitely punch way harder than the Woolohs do, but
the saber tanks aren't double moving on your breakthrough point.
Yeah, because they don't care about trying to provide the firepower. They've got pirates for that.
Yeah.
And they're half the cost,
Yeah. They're very
2/3 the cost.
Yeah. I still need it. I don't have a Wooloh yet. I need to buy one. So.
We don't need that. We don't. You can
Yeah.
wait a little longer.
No, because
Buy 4 of them. Rip off the Band-Aid.
well, a couple would be fine because you know what rebels do really well. cheap astromechs that heal up Woolohs.
You could only get 2, right?
So this is why. Yeah, they can only get 2 at the line. Allows a convenience. But this is why you take Black Ops with the Count's Death Troopers, put a full boat into Wooloh, and make them roll 9 saves immediately.
Yeah.
Still only half dead, and that's 1 of 4.
Half dead, but then you do it again the following turn.
Yeah, that's annoying.
So you do all that work and you take out 1 of them.
Yep.
And then there's
By the
3
way,
more. And then there's all the pirates.
But that's why you have the speeder bikes, which can take out a Wooloh with the HH-12 stormtroopers, and then the riots, Iden, and the Sabs can finish off another Wooloh.
Sabs do great. I love the Sabs so much. I cannot. I've had several people reach out to me just like, hey, what's with these Sab strike teams or these Sabs? And I'm like, because the Sabs are good all around. They're just really good. Even the Rebel ones, which aren't as good as the Empire ones, are still really good.
I feel like the pirates with the Relentless are particularly good at popping incognito and killing them.
Yeah, but they can
especially super squads.
They can kill 1.
Sure.
Because they cannot split fire. And guess what? I have more than 1. So after they do that,
there's more than 1 pirate too. Yeah.
Yeah, there's more than 1 pirate, but it's not like you're going with all your pirates before I'm going with any of my stuff. So, and I think a big part of that is, and this is something that I changed with my list post Indy, is that I'm taking deploy the garrison. So I can deploy the garrison turn 2, and now if your pirates run in, they're going to get shot before they hit me, and so now you're possibly going to lose like.
You're going to take a range 2 shot, or the standby interrupts it. Yeah.
No, because you're going to move again, come into my range 1 level to shoot me, so I'm going to hit you with my Sab shot, and you're going to take maybe 2 to 3 wounds on average, and so you traded okay. Mm-hmm. And guess what? Pirates are most of the time trading very well. Yeah. So I'll take an okay trade.
Yeah.
Why didn't you have deploy the garrison in your Indy open list?
I didn't really see the benefit to the standbys at first on having those standbys early on the Sabs turn 2, because most of the time I was thinking about playing Tac Strike turn 2. But I found that the Tac Strike thing it's not always necessary. I find that I can play Tac Strike turn 1 a lot of the time when I'm running when I have Black Ops, because it gives my Death Troopers 3 aims. So now I'm pretty likely to get close to a full boat, and Iden gets a bunch of aims, which makes her more effective, and then I can play whatever I want turn 2, or I play Tac Strike on turn 3, and that's acceptable sometimes, depending on the setup.
Okay, now Justin, I've heard from multiple people that speeder bikes are just bad. They're just bad right now in this day and age. So how did you get use out of your speeder bikes without them just being bad?
Who are you talking to?
I've just heard people talk.
I think a lot of it has to do with that nothing in this list really matters. You can kill something in this list. Like I could just lose something in this list, like other than like the cow's deaths, right? Nothing in this list. I can just lose that thing and be like, okay, I've got something else for you to deal with, or something else that I can that can cover for it. And the bikes are kind of
other things.
Yeah, lots of other stuff to do stuff with. And the bikes are kind of that. They're very versatile. So they can do whatever I need them to do. They could solely be for objective play, or I could attack turn 1, against tanks, for instance, or I could on outflank. I was able to attack and then position in a line of sight blocking position because of the way the terrain was. So you can do a lot of different things with them, and I think the threat saturation that this list has is I'm kind of, because of the Death Troopers, because of the Sabs, I'm able to like zone out my opponent so much that the bikes are kind of safe.
Yeah.
The opponent's usually so focused on killing the sabs that they can't really focus down the bikes enough. And even if they do focus down the bikes, then I've still got the rest of my list. So it's like you can focus down the bikes, then I have something else that you have to deal with, and so on, so on. Everything kind of like covers for each other.
Yeah, I like that because outside the Death Troopers, which do throw a lot of dice, you have a lot of kind of mid-range threats, but it's just they're all like they all punch pretty hard.
There are no dead acts. You know.
Yeah, there's no dead acts, and so I really like that.
Does Krennic give tokens? He doesn't even give tokens, does he?
No,
he
does, but he doesn't. He moves up and shoots. He's participating.
I'm helping.
He's throwing 3 red because 3 red is worth more than 1 aim.
Yeah, range 2. You know, he can do 2 aims. You know, spotter someone and aim himself.
He can, but most of the time those aims just don't. I find that aims kind of suck. I never roll well.
Depends on your dice.
Right? Yeah,
they're great on surging black.
Yeah,
super great.
Yeah, but guess what? I do not have a lot of surging black in this list.
That's a personal problem.
I find that if I'm aiming and shooting, and so I already have the aim to begin with. Like stormtroopers, they'll sit on a home POI and back point, something like that. Those are my back cappers.
Yeah,
and they'll aim and shoot something. And
stormtroopers love extra aims because they got the white dice with precise. Like they definitely can use them.
They really don't. They don't need the extra aims though. And at that point, I would rather.
Are they full boating?
They're not full boating, but I would rather roll. I would rather have Krennic be participating and rolling 3 red and having my opponent shoot Krennic instead of my other stuff.
Krennic will crumble, and Krennic has to get to range 2.
He does, but that happens a lot sooner than you would think. Most games, especially if you're moving up, you're doing something, and then Krennic could possibly be double moving turn 2 if I need him to. Like especially on something like contact, where that's kind of like. That's one of the best objectives I think for this list is because you can set up. This list pretends to look like it kind of like spreads out, but this list doesn't spread out at all. It focuses down one mid lane and then it puts the Cal Death Troopers in specific pieces in areas and focuses certain things down. Like the bikes all travel together. The Sabs all travel together. The scouts. The scouts are very interesting because their position is entirely dependent on the table. They post up somewhere where tack strike can be effective. And then the stormtroopers are always putting something on the back cap, being a back capper and being in a position to where they can aim shoot on a middle POI. That's the most important part is that they're able to aim shoot on a POI that your opponent's going to be at the following turn.
Have you found that you use Iden's sniper more often or her range 3 gun?
Preferably you use the range 3 gun most of the time, simply because you want to be putting more dice into the opponent. The sniper is not particularly reliable if you don't have a billion aims to support her with, and especially because you need you really want the observe for the sniper rifle, but if you're getting the observe, you're already range 3 to shoot the gun, and I think the biggest part why you don't shoot the sniper is because you need to be range 1 with Iden to get her full effectiveness. Because if she's not shooting that seeker droid by turn 3, she is not doing enough damage to be worth 115 points.
Yeah. Okay. Do you take Annihilation Limbs? I'm sorry, I didn't see that.
I do not because there's too many. Everything in this list. Most of this stuff in this list can take suppression. I don't want to be putting out way more suppression on myself than my opponent. And usually I have more X than my opponent. And I find that the Annihilation Looms just doesn't really help me more than it hurts me most of the time. And so I take Assault, and that's usually what I'll play turn 1 if I don't have Black Ops.
Yeah.
Or if I need order control on the bikes for an objective.
What happens if someone changes of plans you on turn 1?
It kind of depends on what we're doing. Because like I said, my command card play is not prescribed. Like it's not really. You can't look at me across the table and say, "Oh, I know he's playing this card turn 1." you could be like, oh, this card would be something that I might want to play. So if you change a plans me, it's probably not going to hurt me too bad.
No, and the fact that you like the only thing I was thinking about was like potentially you pull out bikes sooner than you want, but you still have 6 freaking support tokens, so you can make sure that your bikes are relatively safe that way.
Yeah, if you change a plans my assault, I'll probably play Tax Strike and just get orders on everything but the support, or get orders on a bunch of stuff other than support tokens. And then if bikes come out sooner, then okay, I probably won't do as much as I wanted to do with them, but they're probably not going to die because I'm just going to play back. I'm just not going to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool. I like that list. I'm bummed that we didn't get to play. That would have been hilarious to watch our Sabs be like, "Ooh, you go, no me go, no you go, no me you, no me." That would have been so funny.
Well, cool. Anything else? Any last comments on this list? I think we've about reached the end. We have any announcements, any tournaments coming up?
Let's see. Other than the ones that we've been announcing, you got the one that you're going to be casting down in Arizona,
Smite
right?
Club, Arizona, in August. I definitely know when. Absolutely. 22nd. Yes. August 22nd. Be there or be square. And if not there, I will be streaming it to this channel. And I've definitely talked with Brian and Nathan about that, and they've definitely agreed.
Yeah. Yes. It'll be awesome.
No, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'll get to see the guys from my hometown. And I know there's isn't the Texas tournament coming up, Lone Star?
Lone Star, I'm not sure. I know that
messages about it.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I know that you got the Oklahoma Open is filling up. They've only got a few spots left, and that one's in November. I know Columbus Open is in October. It's October 24th and 25th. And I know the guys running that. They do a great job. The Columbus crew, the soybean bandits is what they call themselves, and they're just they have these sweet bowling shirts. These soybean bandits. It's like they're just so fun. Those guys are awesome. Yeah, I love them all. So
Lone Star Open looks like August 1st and 2nd.
Oh wow, so it's coming up quick. Okay.
Yes, 2 weeks.
All right. And then we got Crucible. That one's in September.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll be representing there, me and John.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I definitely have all those plans figured out too to get there. Yeah. I'm just on top of life. Yeah. Great.
Awesome.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for episode 6. Thank you for listening to Nerf Herders. I'm John Bushfax Bushman.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Justin.
See ya.